So today we're going to be talking about matchups that 100% need to be made after UFC 311. Starting off with the pound for pound number 1. Arguably a top 5er of all time now. Islam Makhachev beating Money Moicano. Obviously it's not the fight everybody thought we were meant to be getting. It was meant to be Arman. But Islam Makhachev stepped in there. He didn't step in, he was already training. But you know what I mean. He went in there, change of opponents, and submitted him with his signature move. By God! The Darce choke. We know who's next for Islam Makhachev. It's Arman Tsarukyan.
Bruh.
So we're going to be here a while, so pull out your seat and let's have a conversation. So I've seen Dana White say Arman Tsarukyan isn't next. And I've seen Arman Tsarukyan himself say, oh, okay, I'll fight another contender. Why? Who is next for Islam, if not Arman? Do not try and tell me it's Charles Oliveira, because what has Oliveira done? What has Oliveira done? He beat the winless Michael Chandler.
But what the hell, boy?
Michael Chandler, that's who he beat. And then now they're going to say, let's skip him over Arman, because Arman pulled out due to an injury, even though in Arman's last fight, he beat Charles Oliveira. What the fuck are we doing here? It's simple. Arman Tsarukyan is the number 1 contender in the division. It should easily be him, rebooked against Islam, May or June time, to get this chapter closed. That is the fight to make in the lightweight division. It's not Charles Oliveira, and I like Charles Oliveira, but one, he doesn't deserve it over Arman. 2, I don't get why people are so obsessed with seeing this rematch, because what have you seen in Charles Oliveira's recent game that makes you think it's going to be any different against Islam Makhachev next time round? What have you seen? Because in the Arman matchup, we've seen the exact same shit we've seen against Islam, where he spends too long trying to work off his back. We've seen that in the Arman matchup. He hasn't changed that. Then we go in to the Michael Chandler matchup. He's tweaked a few things in his game. He's a bit more patient. He's not looking to get into these big firefight exchanges, but he's predominantly looking to grapple with Michael Chandler, looking to take him down, control his back, land, ground and pound. Tell me right now, is that going to work on Islam Makhachev? Because the answer is no.
Huh?
I just spat everywhere. But the answer is no. I like Charles Oliveira, but he doesn't deserve to fight for the belt over Arman Tsarukyan. I just don't get it. I don't get why he would be put in over Arman. It doesn't make any logical sense at all to have Charles Oliveira in above him. Zero. We were meant to get this fight, and people were really excited to see this matchup as well. It's not as if people were like, oh fuck, no one wanted to see Arman. It was just get past Arman to get the fight we wanted. This was the fight that we wanted, and now people want to get Oliveira. Bullshit. It should be Arman. Moving on to the co-main event, we've got Money Moicano. We know who's next for Money Moicano. It's Paddy Pimblett.
Max win.
I don't know if he's fighting Michael Chandler or not next. I don't know if he's fighting Benoit St. Denis. I don't know what they're trying to do with Paddy Pimblett. Moicano is the matchup to make. Moicano wasn't submitted unconscious or knocked out or anything. He didn't take any damage. Although his shoulder is still looking pretty fucked, his collarbone, so maybe he wants to take time out to sort that out. I don't know. I'm assuming Paddy Pimblett maybe has a fight lined up. They might do him versus Beneil Dariush now at UFC Fight Night London. Either way, Moicano's next fight has to be Paddy Pimblett. I think that's the fight to make. It's a big money fight. We know Money Moicano is all about the money. Even though he got a really big opportunity here given to him to fight for the belt on short notice against Arman Tsarukyan, he kind of helped out the UFC, and I feel like they should return the favour and give him another big matchup. That this could headline in some fight night card. This could be a co-main event to a pay-per-view. This is a massive fight. It's a fight everybody wants to see. Moicano, Paddy Pimblett, make it happen. Moving on to Merab, the fucking bantamweight king, the bantamweight goat, Merab. Look, what's next for Merab? John Anik, what the fuck are you on about? Rematch after seeing the Umar matchup? Let me get close. Tell me why he would deserve an immediate title rematch. Oh, you've no idea why. You've no idea why you would say that. I understand. What's next for Merab? Fuck it. Let's just give him Pantoja. Let's just do a champ versus champ matchup. I know Kai Car France is kind of being rumoured for Pantoja, and depending on how fast they were going to make that, it could still work. But honestly, I would just go now, double champ fight. Pantoja's essentially cleared out his division. Merab has cleared out his. There's no real clear-cut contender in either division. Let's just make this double champ fight. Pantoja dares to be great to move up at a chance for double champ status. Merab will then be able to get another title defense under his belt against a pound-for-pounder, second greatest flyweight of all time, great name to add on the resume. And even if he loses to Merab, he comes back down, he's still got the flyweight title. He can then fight Kai Car-France or the winner of Royval Manel Cap. You know, there's options then. And then hopefully in the bantamweight division, they actually do Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan, 5-round co-main event, UFC 314. I think that's the perfect way to line up this division right now. Obviously, we know what they're going to do. It's going to be Merab, Sean O'Malley too. But this is the direction I would go. Give us a double champ fight. They're fun to see. This is the perfect time to make it while the flyweight division and bantamweight division sort themselves out. Moving on to Umar Nurmagomedov.
Brother.
Thankfully beaten by Merab. Now, he's not the most active of fighters. One loss. He's not the most active of fighters. He did break his hand in there as well. He did put on a good performance against Merab, let's be honest. It was a competitive fight. I mean, he lost 3-2, clearly in my opinion. But he gave Merab a tough fight. What I think's next for Umar... Look, I thought it should have been the winner of Song Yadong versus Henry Cejudo. Now, if it's Song Yadong, I think you go Song Yadong, Umar Nurmagomedov. But Henry Cejudo won't fight Umar Nurmagomedov. I know that. So, and I'm predicting Henry Cejudo to beat Song Yadong. So, I think away you can go Deiveson Figueiredo. Now, there are other options. You could do Petr Yan versus Umar if Sean O'Malley's getting his immediate title rematch, which doesn't make any sense. That's a fun one. But I'm just predicting they're going to do Yan O'Malley too, and they're going to do Merab Pantoja for the title. And you do Deiveson Figueiredo, who's ranked inside the top 5 of the UFC bantamweight division, unless he actually is looking to move down to the flyweight division. I'm unsure. You do that matchup. 2 guys in the top 5, 2 top contenders. Whoever wins that one, especially if it's Umar, if he beats Deiveson Figueiredo, or vice versa, really, to be honest, they're right in there for a title shot. That's the fight to make there. Moving on, we have got Yuri Prochazka.
This is how legends are made.
What a performance, what a win. Yuri Prochazka's next matchup. Look, this is for Jamal Hill as well, so we'll just kind of clear these in one go. Yuri Prochazka should face the winner of Jan Blachowicz versus Karol Solberg. I'm predicting that to be Jan Blachowicz. I think if it is Jan Blachowicz, perfect. UFC Fight Night Europe, 5-round Fight Night main event. Yuri Prochazka, Jan Blachowicz, money, 2 former champions. What a great fight that is, that sells. Even if it's Karol Solberg, could be a feature fight on a pay-per-view card. Could even be its own Fight Night main event, let's be honest. And yeah, Jamal Hill, look, why did he have both knee braces on? I'm going to keep asking that question until I get a fucking answer. Was he injured? I don't know. And just timing wise, I mean, he's going to be out for a while. He get finished there. Yeah, he's going to be out for a while. Timing wise, whoever loses, Jan Blachowicz or Karol Solberg, I think they'd be the perfect matchup from the bounce back too. And people might say Khalil Rountree. Khalil Rountree should be fighting Alexander Rakic next, in my opinion. Let's stop fucking having this guy sit out and pretending he's this world beater. The guy got smoked by Alex Pereira, and his best win is fucking Anthony Smith.
Bruh.
Let's stop pretending. Moving on, we have got Jailton Almeida. Now, obviously coming off a win over Sergey Spivak at UFC 311, literally finished him with TKO due to ground and pound. He did make a call out to Cyril Gane. Look, Cyril Gane, I know he says he wants to fight Tom, he wants to fight for the belt. He's going to be waiting a while because Tom Aspinall, John Jones probably isn't going to happen until July. And then depending, do they do an immediate rematch? Does John Jones want to fight Tom Aspinall again after he loses? I don't know. Obviously you're going to have Pavlovich potentially back in the mix if he beats Jairzinho. If he doesn't and Jairzinho wins, then he's back in the mix. You've obviously got the option of doing Cyril Gane Volkov 3, which is an option because of the robbery that was 310. Either way though, if Cyril Gane is put in there with Almeida, Cyril Gane beats him. And I mean that because anytime Almeida is faced with a bit of adversity, he crumbles, and I thought we were going to see that against Spivak because Spivak came in there not as fat as he normally does and got the reversal, but the referee obviously had Almeida on his parlay and stopped the fight early. But if this is the fight that is made next, I think Ciryl Gane would beat Almeida. I know a lot of people like to say about Ciryl Gane's grappling. Yes, it is obviously a visible hole in the guy's game, and it is something he needs to work on and continue to work on, but I don't think it's that bad, and on the feet he's levels above Almeida. And I feel like he'd just start piecing up Almeida, a couple leg kicks, catch Almeida with an uppercut straight down the pipe. And I feel like once Almeida gets clipped, he'll cover up, he'll shell up, and I think Ciryl Gane will just style on him and beat him and finish him. I really do believe that. I think Ciryl Gane would finish Almeida in the very first round. That's crazy to say, but I do believe that. Moving on, Renan de Ridder. Let's put him up against Roman Dolidze. Now, Roman Dolidze has just came off a win over Kevin Holland, and Renan de Ridder is coming off a win over Kevin Holland. Renan de Ridder did call out for someone in the top 5. You're not getting anybody in the top 5, but let's just give him someone inside the top 10. I was thinking maybe you could do the Jack Hermanson test for him, which would be an interesting one if you want to go down that route. But I feel like let's just move him along. Let's just get him in there with someone in the top 10. Roman Dolidze, both guys are coming off wins over Kevin Holland. They've beaten the same opponent. Make it happen. Kevin Holland should be sent to street beefs, in my opinion. And finally, we have got Peyton Talbot. Obviously losing to Barcelos by decision. There was a hole visibly shown in the guy's game, and that's his grappling. There was another prospect called Rinya Nakamura that was fraud checked last night at UFC 311. Both guys are 9-1 in the bantamweight division. This is a perfect matchup because Rinya Nakamura showed lack of IQ with not shooting any takedowns when the guy is a wrestler, a very high credentialed wrestler, and didn't look great on the feet, let's be honest. Peyton Talbot is a good striker but didn't look good in the wrestling department. So I feel like this is the perfect matchup to see who is the prospect that's going to be pushed on. Is it going to be Rinya Nakamura or is it going to be Talbot? Two big prospects, make it a big fight. Like that could be like a Talbot probably won't be a co-main event of a fight night. It could be not a prelim opener, a main card opener. So it could be. Both guys didn't take an enormous amount of damage in there. Rinya Nakamura did get rocked a bit, but I think that's a perfect matchup. Both guys are 9-1. Both guys are prospects on the come up. I think that'll be a perfect matchup to make to see who is standing out, who is the one that's going to continue on. Has Talbot made the correct adjustments with his grappling going in there against a highly accomplished grappler in Rinya Nakamura? And has Rinya Nakamura actually decided to use his fucking brain in his next fight? Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you again in the next one.